I'm rusty. So Maxim number 41, the more experience you have with women, the more you'll know which women have experience with men. Corollary to 41, it is the inexperienced beta male who is most often in the dark about a woman's sexual history and liable to be victimized by the cheating slut. This is from Chateau Heartiste. Maxim number 41, this is where we always say, you want to engage with yes girls. When you have time in the beginning, you will deal with maybe girls, and to immediately get rid of and ignore no girls. And this is one of those things that I believe you become more adept at reading girls in your initial interactions and their engagement with you, because I really do see a lot of beginner guys get stuck on no or maybe girls, and they're spinning their wheels, girls that are not interested in and will never be interested in them. And they don't have the skills to turn a maybe into a yes girl. Therefore, they're really practicing game on a losing field. They literally can't win. So you want to get as many reps. It's just like going to the gym. You want to go as often as you can, get as many reps as possible, get as many workouts in as possible consistently to get that beginner base down fast. And the same thing is with game. The more experience, again, the third word in here is experience. As you get more experience, just like in a sport, you will become more adept at reacting to what's going on the playing field. The more you'll know which women have experience with men, and this means you basically can read them better. And, some guys like girls that are a little bit more experienced. They don't really care for the super naive, inexperienced girls, or it just depends on what you want. But what will happen is with enough experience is you'll be able to identify yes, maybe, and no girls, and then also identify girls that are more within what you like to see. In the corollary, it is the inexperienced beta male. The less these guys know, the further they are away from game, the less experience, the more of a beginner you are, the more you're at the mercy of these girls. Because girls, even the most inexperienced, out of touch, uninformed girl knows more about men, than the average guy knows about women. Because girls start when they're like 5 or 6, and you can even see it when they're really little. You put like a birthday party of kids, mixed gender, and they're like 6, 7 years old. And the girls will be watching the boys, talking about the boys, talking to the boys' moms about the boys, talking to their moms about the boys, watching what the boys are doing, kind of messing with the boys a little bit, testing them out a little bit, seeing what they'll do. And what are the boys doing? They're not paying any attention to girls whatsoever until they're probably around 15 or 16. And then it's very intermittent. It's funny, you hear from a lot of college girls, they're like trying to find a guy that she can hold his attention. Because guys, even in college, are still pretty self-centered. They're like, oh yeah, women, it's a side thing. It's a sidebar, which is fine. It's the way we're designed. But for women don't even have hobbies. Men are their hobbies. Meeting men, seducing men, hiding men from one another, having sex with men, telling her friends about men, lying about men. All of this, that's their hobby. So therefore, they're going to have more experience than the average guy. Even an inexperienced girl still has more knowledge about men than men have about women in general. So the more experience you have with women, the faster, the more accurate, the better you will know which women have experience with men. You'll be able to read them better. And then again, corollary to number 41 is the inexperienced beta male who is the most often in the dark about a woman's sexual history and liable to be victimized by a cheating slut. Again, it happens all the time. In fact, I remember reading recently, there's a book written by a very well-recognized male author, and his wife took her own life like the year previously. Well, after she passed, he goes into her phone. He's getting her affairs together, and they had been married about 10 or 12 years, and they were both semi-famous. And he discovers that basically she was cheating on him. She had a boyfriend or two or three or four boyfriends the entire length of their relationship and their marriage. And he was a relatively academic, medium experienced guy. And this girl, for their entire relationship, was able to hide all this because he never checked her phone. He didn't have any, he had no experience to build off of knowing that his wife was running around on him the entire length of their marriage and their relationship, really. So it's quite an eye opener. And again, it shows you the necessity of having a minimum amount of experience in this to really protect yourself, protect your interests. But Chateau Maxim number 41, the more experience you have with women, the more you'll know which women have experience with men. Let's go to the next slide. And we're going to talk about